Hey, we're rolling. Okay. All right. There's a fan going in the back, and I snuck away. There's a little party outside, but I wanted to sneak away because I just had an amazing conversation with someone, a business owner right here in my area. And he and I were talking about his business, and he just, he basically just looked at me and was like, this social media stuff, it's a fad. And I never try to convince anyone, but I want to. But the reasons he gave me were just so interesting. I wanted to see if it resonated with you. So, okay, so let me give you. I wrote them down actually. So let me give you the reasons that he gave me, and then we'll talk about this. Okay, so number one, he believes he has the writing skills of a tree stump. So, okay, that's fair. That's fair. You don't write. But you can do this, what we're doing right now with video, and it's not exactly writing. Just write your tips. Just write your thoughts. Write about what you want to say. Okay, so that's number one. He says he can't write. Number two, I have no time. That's exactly what he said to me. I have no time. I'm an entrepreneur. I can't waste all this time online. It's just a bunch of hooey. And my kids do it, so that means it's just irrelevant. All right? So that's rule number two, or that's his rule number two. Number three, his website has not been updated literally since 2002. Where are we now? We're 2012. That's 10 years. Do you realize that in that time, the entire internet has reinvigorated itself, has reinvented itself? There's been a whole new kind of way of being since then, including Facebook, including Twitter, including all this other stuff, has come more into mainstream. So there's that. Then he said, what else did he say to me? He said he doesn't know how to use the social sites, which actually I believe is the central reason that he doesn't do social media, because he sort of doesn't understand it. So that actually struck me as real. The rest of this is excuses, okay? Number five. So because these all must be true, then he believes there is no value in social media. So it's kind of the circular reasoning. It's like, I don't believe it has value, so therefore it has no value. So I basically said to him, I get it. Not every single entrepreneur, every single brand uses social media in the same way. And when you look at social media, he is a service provider. He is not a restaurant. He is not a personality, really. He has a service business, okay? He's an accountant, all right? So when we talked about that, I basically explained to him that social media is more about, you got to flip it, okay? Most entrepreneurs have been of the experience in the last 20 years. I put an ad and people come. And whether or not that's actually true is something to be debated, because they don't really track anything. So we put out an ad and people show up, and we sort of assume that it's because we've put out the ad, right? Okay, now what I want to say to you is on social media and on Google and online, you can actually track, which makes it extremely valuable, because you can see who's coming in the front door, you can see what works, you can test things for very low money. Google AdWords is a great way to test little ads. And you can also work on understanding your client, which is really the foundation of all the work that we've done. So the fact that people still believe, or this is basically just a gigantic excuse. There's 1 million people on LinkedIn, so if you're business to business, LinkedIn really is a terrific tactic for you. 835 million people on Facebook. Come on, okay? If you are someone who has a service business, just like this gentleman, he embodies all sorts of knowledge that he needs to now share, because that is what social media does well. We share with our potential customers and clients. Our customers and clients then share with other people. Like in the 70s, that hair commercial. If you're too young, don't worry about it. But the hair commercial was, she told two friends, and she told two friends, and she told two friends. Well, think of this as a much bigger arena than just telling two friends, okay? YouTube which we're going to talk about in the next tip, gets 4 billion, with a B, 4 billion views a day. Okay? For anybody that thinks that YouTube is worthless, YouTube is connected to Google. All right? Google is the most powerful search engine on the planet. YouTube, therefore, being connected to Google means YouTube also shares in that strong search category. And there's many ways you can use YouTube to connect to Google in terms of keywords and search functions, and that's why video plays such an important role. So I just wanted to quickly do this little video, and hopefully I'm going to go back out there right now and see if I can just sort of break through the resistance this gentleman has. And, you know, I don't want to really tell him that he has to do anything he doesn't want to, because if he doesn't believe in it. My job, though, is going to show him the opportunity and the potential. All right, so that was tip number 1. Welcome to Monday.